The Kids Aren't Alright by Matt Carpenter. The other day I was walking down the hall at my school and I said hi to a student. There was no response, so I said hi louder. And then I see earphones stuffed deep within his ear canals. The student responds, "Sup?" This is where I think, what happened? I used to go through several entrance exams to get into school, and when I was here, instructors were always right, and they were always called Mr. or Sir. When did education go from a privilege to a right? I'm not that old. I'm born in '77, which makes me a late member of Generation X, or an early member of Generation Y, depending on the sociologist you talk to. I fit the majority of stereotypes of Generation X, but still have many attributes of a Generation Y member. I've been doing some research on historical marks on the entrance exams into our college. Throughout the past 20 years, the average mark on reading, math, and mechanical reasoning has dropped, but only slightly. The biggest problem is the majority of the drop has been reading. Quick texting, reading pens, learning disabilities, spell check. Do kids today really have to learn to read and write? I heard the other day, kids can't be just dumb anymore. They have to have disabilities. Instead of learning and trying, kids are relying on the "I don't learn like you. I am not capable." This attitude is passed off as okay because they have disabilities. A student of mine handed in a shop assignment. It was not completed on time, and what was completed was poorly done. He received a mark that was relative to the quality of assignment he gave me. His response to me was, "Why was my mark so low? I put in extra time and I tried really hard." My response to him, when it comes to fixing cars, trying won't pay the bills. Doing will. Is it okay for a person to not achieve a final goal so long as they have tried? Really, why try if you don't plan on completing? I get to wonder, has technology really helped us? Kids love watching TV, video games. They love the phone. They love playing on Facebook. They love them so much that it is hard to remove them from this social circle. The problem is they read less. They physically do less. I remember when I told my mother I wanted to become a mechanic. She told me to get a job at a gas station. Kids now do not seem to be coming into our trade with that classic passion that was possessed from Generation X members or baby boomers. Where has the love of the trades gone? Why are there fewer kids that want to work in the car repair industry? At a local dealership, I spoke with the manager and I questioned him on the type of resumes they've been receiving. The manager informed me that more than 75% of all the resumes that they receive were from people that have never worked in the trade. This was puzzling to me. I love cars. I have always loved cars. People around me love cars. Where are the students like I was? I don't think the kids now are being attracted to manufacturers in the same way. If you think back, we had muscle cars, RS, SS. All those people now who are buying those are buying SUVs and luxury cars and crossovers, all these great, big, expensive vehicles. What do the kids have today? What excites them about the car industry? The Hyundai Tiburon, the Nissan Versa are all examples of entrance vehicles. They're cool cars, but they definitely don't create the car culture that was in existence when I was a kid. So I asked my students, all of which who are members of the Generation Y technicians, what should your dealers do to retain you as an employee? Out of the answers, surprisingly, only one person answered better pay. Everyone else were concerned about being treated fairly and working conditions being more team-oriented. From this, I've come up with a dealership management plan. My service department at the ideal dealership. First of all employees will be paid on a base salary. Yes, you heard me correctly. A salary that is determined by training and experience. Not straight time, not flat rate. A salary. It will be fair and competitive to the surrounding demographic and shops. In addition to their base salary, all staff will receive a bonus derived from shop net income. If the shop is more successful, everyone benefits. I think this would create more technicians helping each other and making decisions for the good of the shop as a whole. This will create a better team working atmosphere. Secondly, no more service advisors. Today, most service advisors are paid nearly the same as most technicians. If there is no financial gain, why are we paying people that are not trained in all areas? Technicians should be writing their own work orders, writing their own quotes, and most importantly, they should be talking to the customers directly. They should be getting the information about fixing the customer's car straight from the customer. If a technician does not want to or cannot provide customer service, they should not be working in a service industry. This should prevent miscommunication from the customers to the technicians and improve the customer service index. Third, the dealership will be open a set amount of time, say from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. A guideline such as a technician must work 80 hours every 2 weeks becomes set. To prevent too many techs from being off at the same time, they will have to submit the hours they would like to work to management. The management will then approve on first come, first served basis. This will allow a technician to choose when they would like to work, which days they would like to work, and which days they would like off. They want to work mornings or afternoons. Everything should be okay. Overtime may be granted, but must be approved by management. Fourth, a full-time staff member will be hired as a health consultant and motivator. For staff willing to participate even more, a daily fee will be deducted and proper, healthy breakfasts and lunches will be made for those staff members. All staff will have access to a gym, a change room. This will increase energy level of the staff and prevent illnesses and lost time due to injuries. Finally, any dealership should require this: a manager who is a good listener. Many managers can give orders and tell people what to do, but only few can be inviting and observant to people's needs. Today's kids and tomorrow's technicians will need to be listened to. If they do not get lied to, and what they have to say is appreciated, things will work out. If I tell my students no, and then tell them the honest truth why not, they have respect and will not question my decision. We need someone who will listen and care as a manager. I'm not sure if I'm going to be the man to change the dealership or to run the dealership. Maybe I am becoming what I thought I would never become, a rock, not adaptable to change. Perhaps I have the inability to accept that my students are not the same as the students 10 years ago. They can find information about anything within 1 minute. They have a network of friends that allows them contacts all over the world. They can think and solve problems with unbelievable speed and accuracy. They can talk like they've been building cars forever, even though many of them have never worked on an engine. As a matter of fact, many of my students may very well never work on the inside of an engine. My students can tell you about sensors, but they don't know how to test one with a multimeter. They rely too much on scan tools and trouble codes, and not enough on logical thought and the power of what their brains can do. Students and technicians now think differently, and they want different things. Parents of kids now need to discipline their kids. They need to criticize. They need to tell their kids they can't do whatever they want, even if they love it. Not everybody is built the same. Not everybody can do anything. Not everyone can be a technician. Car lovers are not necessarily car fixers. We need to create technicians that are responsible, respectable, and accountable. But more importantly, we need tomorrow's technicians to love what they do. It can't just be a job. It must be a passion. This will help retain today's youth and make tomorrow's industry stronger. I love what I do. We should teach that passion to all of our students.